Okay, let's talk a little bit then, because adults aren't the only ones who've been blasting Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure you've seen this video that's out there. It's an anti-Trump video, and it features kids, and they're young kids, and I think at least one or two of them are cursing. Let's just take a look at this.
This is my home.
You can't take my rights away.
If you don't like our Constitution and what it stands for, get the out of my country.
There's the door.
All right, Representative Becerra, what do you make of that? Did the makers of this video go too far?
I've not seen that video, but from what I heard, I assume that you had to bleep out some kind of expletive. And if those were kids' voices that I heard, then I would say to you, as the father of 3 kids, I would never want to see my children doing something like that. But I hope you're not saying that because you have a less than constructive video that would condone or excuse Donald Trump's racist comments.
No, listen, all I'm saying is that when these kind of videos are shown and it goes viral, I'm not sure that it helps the cause, whatever that cause might be. And I think it makes the waters even a little bit murkier. So, again, I'm not here to defend or not defend Donald Trump. What I am saying, though, is I think that there's a First Amendment right for him to go on Saturday Night Live, and you agree with that. I think that there's a greater issue with respect to what do we do with our immigration policy? How do we handle controlling our borders? And more importantly, perhaps, how do we deal with the 11 million or so that are here? You think it's unrealistic to send them back, but what do we do? Because our country is straining. This has not been a great recovery, if you will. And a lot of taxpayers out there, a lot of Americans, native-born Americans, just wondering, how do we solve this? What would be your solution?
Yeah, and I think I'm toward your latter part of your comments, I agree with you completely that we do have to come up with some constructive policies to get there. And on a bipartisan basis, we were very, very close. And it's unfortunate that the House Republicans would not allow a vote on a bipartisan bill that came out of the Senate to get this done, to fix our broken immigration system. And it's interesting. I think Donald Trump triggers that kind of reaction. I'm not saying we should be out there trying to play the same kind of game Donald Trump plays, and I would never want to see that. We need constructive action to stop racism and racist remarks. But to your point on immigration policy, I think most Americans know the simple math on how to get this done. Not every one of those folks who are undocumented in this country will ultimately stay. Some really are here only to work and be able to send money home. What we really want to do is give those who want to make this, who have proven that they want to make this their home for the right reason, the chance to prove over a longer period that they should be able to do that as we continue to strengthen our border enforcement, make it so that we know who's in the country. Because at the end of the day, we should enact an immigration policy that not only helps our economy and our security, but helps families throughout America gain more employment, get better employment.
What kind of penalties should the people who came into the country illegally, what kind of penalties should they pay? I mean, I'm sure you're not for deporting them, but should there be some sort of penalty paid for coming in, perhaps using the resources, taking jobs, and certainly committing a crime? And we do want to send a message. I think you would agree that we want to send a message too, that violating the laws of the United States, we just can't always look the other way, can we?
That's why there have been proposals. As I said, the bipartisan proposal that passed out of the Senate with 68 votes out of 100 call for fines. It called for requirement of learning English. It called for the payment of taxes or any back taxes. It called for the individuals to be employed and not become charges of the public. And it required that these individuals go through this process that would probably equate to about 13 years before they could adjust their status and actually gain a legal status. After that, they'd still go through the process of waiting several years to become U.S. citizens. So it's a long process under which those individuals and those families would have to prove that they can earn the chance to stay. And I think most people agree with that. About 2/3 of Americans, Republicans and Democrats, agree that that's the best way to do it.
I think that this election coming up will be something of a referendum on that, so we'll certainly find out. And I really, truly, honestly appreciate your time, Representative Xavier Becerra. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Charles.